Hey, I'm Barry Hollinshead and I played the original Rod in season 2, episode 8. Marjorie Doesn't Live Here, in off you to see that.
Now tell us, Barry, how did you come about getting that part? Were you already in drama acting?
Well, it was just like a school thing, you know. I just acted in school plays and things like that, and I was part of the school drama society. And at the time, Mr. Clark, the drama teacher, he just approached us and asked us, he says, "Oh, we've got some auditions going on. Would you like to take part?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I no bother, like, you know." And so I went along to the audition at school, and what we had to do, we just had to do like in a sort of improvised scene of like a family in a typical Newcastle family, like, you know. And after that, I was then selected, actually straight after, they actually selected me to go towards the second audition, which was held in the Thistle Hotel in Newcastle. And on that audition, I remember we got there and the room was full of other kids, and Jimmy Neal walked in, and I was like, "Oh, hello," like, you know, bit shocked, like, but everyone else was running up. They'd obviously just been to HMV, and everyone had bought his signal, Love Don't Live Here anymore, like, so he's there going around signing his CD, like to all these other kids, and he come up to me and "Do you want outside?" And I was like, no, you're alright, like, you know, because I was still a bit starstruck, like, you know. So then I went into the audition, and in the audition there was the panel, and it was Roger Bumford, the director, Ian Lefrenier, Dick Clement and Jimmy Neal. And I basically had to introduce myself, tell them who I was, and then I had to read a script with Jimmy. I read the script with Jimmy, then they took a photo, and it says, "All right, can you just go and wait?" So I came out and I went back and sat in the waiting room with my mother. And my mother's like, "Oh, what's happening?" Because what you were noticing, lads were going in and then they were leaving straight away. I went in and then got told to go and sit back down. So my mother's like, "Oh, you've wrecked it, haven't you? You've wrecked it, eh? You've just thrown it away." And I was like, "As if an mother that just told us I have to go and sit and wait, like." So we waited, and everyone else had left, and then they asked me to go back in. And when I went back in again, they asked me to read the script again with Jimmy. And I'm reading the script. It was actually the school scene script, is what we read. And we read the script, and I always remember, was we were reading the script, Ian and Frenier was keep giggling all the time. And then at the end of that, that's when they said, "Right, no problem, we'll see you soon." And I just left. Thought nothing of it. And about 2 weeks later, my father had actually been on the drink. There was a phone call, and they tell my father on the phone, "This is not, we want you to keep this confidential. We don't want to like expose it now at the moment, but I can tell you now, your Barry's got the part." So then my dad's dancing around the room, "Hey, you got the part, you know." And then I think it was about another 2 months after that before it got officially announced, you know. So all of them were just pure gentlemen, you know, each and every one of them. I always remember when we were there rehearsing the scene when I said Newcastle is rubbish, and we were rehearsing that, and Gary Holton was actually sat in the background, and as soon as I turned around and said rubbish, he just stopped the rehearsal straight away, because the man was just rolling about laughing, so proper belly laughing, like, you know what I mean. And I say Pat Roach, an absolute gentleman, and they all treat me and my mother with the utmost respect and love, to be honest, you know. They were just all fantastic. And working alongside Jimmy Neal, a lot of people said that he has a bit of a prima donna attitude and stuff like that, but all I can say is my experience of working with Jimmy Neal, the man was absolutely amazing, you know. He helped me bring the character out. He helped me learn my lines, you know, and I could never have a bad word said about, you know. And each and every one of the members, and not just the cast members, you know, the crew and everyone that was all concerned with anything I had to do, they were just all just brilliant, you know. I don't know whether they were just being on their best behaviour because I was a band, but no, it was just everything was fantastic. I suppose I should say yes, but to me it's just a bus stop. you know.
So this is where you're actually filmed, and
Yeah, this, I mean, it was this exact bus stop, you know, 5 minutes from there. And yeah, I suppose I should say, oh yeah, it's an iconic thing, you know, and it gives us a bit of a buzz. But to be honest, as much as I love you, you're just a bus stop. Honestly, and I've said it a million times, right? You know, I mean, I just love seeing people happy, right? And what gives me a massive amount of pride is I was actually part of something that touched so many people's lives, you know, and it just makes me so happy and so proud that I was part of something that made all you guys so happy and so proud, you know. And there's some great characters within amongst all of your fans, you know, and it's just fantastic to see that this show, yes, it had 3 Geordies in, yes, it's got that iconic, it's a Geordie show, but, you know, Bomber wasn't a Geordie, Gary wasn't a Geordie, Moxie, he was a Scouser for Christ's sake, you know. But it seems to have this massive magnitude of northeast link to it, you know. But what I love to see is how it's spread out throughout, not just the country, to be fair, it's throughout the world. There's fans throughout the world. I mean, I got a check from Australian television for 22 pence because it was filmed on there. So you know, this has gone out throughout the world, and all I say, you know, I'm just so proud that I've been part of something that made you guys so happy.